First time I've been approached by producer Thomas Langman 7 years ago. I knew it was an interesting movie and the subject matter was really strong, and in France at least the character is really known. He's really a popular figure, but I was pretty scared actually to make 2 movies in a row, you know, because if the first one doesn't work, then the second one is like a real suffering to release. But it didn't happen that way, fortunately. So I guess you know, I've been trying my best to make only 1 movie, but finally when the writer came up, the latest writer, Abdelraouf Dafri, came up to me and said, read this, if you don't like it, I'll be on your side and we'll fight to make only 1 movie. But when I read the script that he wrote, I said, okay, you're right. Let's make 2 movies about the guy, because suddenly he had the right tone, you know. Suddenly, from one scene to another, you couldn't really know what to think about the character. He's so charismatic, so funny, so racist, so violent, so brave, you know. All these things from one scene to another make the character really fascinating, I think, on paper at least. Most of the people in France know Mesrine at the end of his life, when he was in the media a lot, when he was using the media. And by the end of his life, he looked like that. I think people were waiting so much for the movie that we had to give them at least a part of what they were looking for. So for me, there was no question asked. I knew that I will have to go until there, you know, up to there. Paddings don't work. I've seen it on other actors. It looks fake. So I really had to go for it, really, you know. And plus, it's a fantasy for an actor to really go through that transformation at least once in your career for good, you know. So that was my opportunity to do it. Now I can tell you it's really bad for you. That I had cholesterol. That I was throwing up in the morning because I couldn't eat anymore. That I've been followed by doctors, because that's the only way, especially when you're a skinny guy like me, you know, to gain weight and to keep it on is actually very problematic. The minute I stopped eating and forcing myself to eat, I just went and back to normal. Well, about his life, I don't know, because he did so many incredible things in a way. One thing I can tell is that I would never live his life, and I wouldn't even want to. But I have to admit that he has is a very strong character, very strong person. When he gives his word, if he's the kind of guy who is telling you, I'm going to do this, he will. So you can trust him on a certain level. Now for the rest, you know, one that solves his problem with a gun, you know, I can't really follow.